What's up, guys? Today on All Sports Center, to be going over a college football preview. This one's going to be over Nebraska and Colorado. Two old rivals going head-to-head once again. These two went head-to-head last year as well, but Colorado ended up winning that game in Nebraska. It'll be interesting to see if we'll have a different outcome in this game now that Nebraska is a more improved team for sure. But yeah, this game is going to be on Saturday, September 7th, 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Nebraska is favored by 5 right now in this game. Of course, that will likely change over the next few days. This is being recorded on Tuesday before the game. So yeah, it is earlier in week 2, just so you know. And then the FPI is saying Colorado 51%. So that is as close as you really can get. I believe it's like 50.6. So it's not, that's just rounding up there. But Vegas is also saying Nebraska 30-26. They win this game. And of course, I mean, usually you see all three of these sources agree with one team, and when you have one team that disagrees with the others, typically that means it will be a very close game, and I expect that one to be true with this. This should be a very interesting one for sure. Probably, honestly, one of the games that probably the third most important game of week 2 in my opinion. I mean, you do have, of course, Texas A&M, Clemson. You also have LSU, Texas. But this game's another one where I think, man, this could be a pretty big game. Yeah, here's your stat comparison. Before you guys go screaming in the comment section, oh my God, he's using 2018 final stats. Just so you know, these are I put 2018 final stats in here still for week 2. Because, for example, last week, if this stat comparison was between Oregon and Penn State dropped a 79-point bomb on Idaho last week, and then Oregon played a very tough Auburn, a tough SEC team. And so the stat comparison will be very wonky. You'd have Penn State be like first in almost everything, and then on the other hand, you'd have Oregon, who's almost the worst at everything. It would not be accurate, so we're still using 2018 final stats here. Next week, we will be moving on to 2019 stats for weeks 1 and 2. It still will be a little bit inaccurate, likely as these teams have been playing non-conference opponents. But yeah, it'll be accurate enough to put it in the stat comparison now. But back to this, Nebraska was ranked 49th in total offense last year, 40th in rushing, 65th in passing. So this offense overall is pretty good. Of course, though, last week we saw the defense actually play better. Most of the points that Nebraska got last week against South Alabama were because of the defense and the special team. This offense really did not play very well last week, that we know for sure. But yeah, then looking at the Huskers defense, though, 92nd last year, 93rd in rushing, and 75th in passing defense. I mean, their defense wasn't very good last season. But I'd honestly say it's a little bit better than the offense right now. This offense needs to improve for the Huskers if they're going to get anywhere this season. But yeah, then Colorado, on the other hand, you got a 90th ranked total offense, 103rd rushing, and 60th passing. And of course, they dropped 52 on Colorado State. So they do have a much improved offense, it seems like, this week. But their defense, then again, they allowed 31 points to a Colorado State team that they shouldn't have. As they're ranked 53rd in total defense, 46th in rushing, 72nd in passing. So just so you know there, I mean, Colorado State's not as good of a team. They probably could have, if they could have only left like 15 points on them, that would have been much better looking than 31. But yeah, overall, I think this is going to be a very interesting matchup. I mean, both of the Huskers offense, they need to improve if they're going to have any chance of beating Colorado next week. Because this defense isn't great, but I still think that the Huskers, once again, if they're going to get a win, they got to improve in a lot of areas right now. But yeah, I think honestly the Huskers are such an improved team this season because of all that they're returning. They're returning so much talent, and I think that this is going to be their year. And I'm still sticking by that, even though they had a weird game against South Alabama last week. I'm still sticking with that. But yeah, because of that reason, I'm going to give Nebraska the win here in the end. 24-21 is going to be your score at halftime. And then your final score is going to be 34-31. I think it's going to be close the majority of the time. But yeah, Nebraska ends up winning this one in the end. In year number 2, will be much different than the last year's matchup between these two teams. Of course, when Nebraska really wasn't as good, but I think this team is very improved still, and I think that they're going to get it done in Boulder. coming up this Saturday. Let me know your guys' thoughts, though, on this game in the comments below. Do you think Colorado can pull off an upset here? Be sure to let me know. I'd like to get back to most of your guys' comments. I appreciate all your guys' thoughts on this video, and be sure to show some support if you'd like to. All of it is very appreciated, and I'll see you all later.